Second down and 10. There's St. Brown. Head of steam. Touchdown. Play action. End zone. There it is. What else could it be?
Touching by number 68.
Flag at the end of it. And now a flag on Parsons. This one's picked, but Parsons came across.
Defense, number 11. Moved into the neutral zone prior to the snap.
Goff gets rid of it. Incomplete.
Okay, so this was a wacky ending that was embroiled in a ton of controversy late in the fourth quarter when Dan Campbell decided to go for the 2-point conversion not once, not twice, but on 3 separate occasions. The first one, Lions O-lineman Taylor Decker, was flagged for an illegal touching, the second was called for an offside on Micah Parsons, and the third, the receiver dropped the pass from Jared Goff, but probably didn't matter because he was most likely going to be stopped just short of the goal line. So with that said, a ton of drama was broiling after the game that spilled into the post-game interview with Dan Campbell, Jared Goff, and Taylor Decker, so have a listen to what they had to say about what happened leading up to that first 2-point conversion attempt. But first, I'm going to play you the clip of what exactly occurred right before that play. You can see Goff is telling number 68 Taylor Decker to report as eligible to the referee. You see him here point to the ref's direction and off he goes. Then this next clip from an aerial view, you can literally watch Decker and number 58 and a trailing Penei Sewell, who's number 70, all confront the ref. And as Decker makes his way to the referee, he appears to be making a hand gesture to his chest or stomach area to report to the referee.
We knew it was going to come down to the wire, and thought our defense played really well today. You know, minus one play that was in our hands. You know, we did, but we were there to make a play. We didn't, and but other than that, I thought we did some really, really good things. Got off the field, got a takeaway, offense, 1:41 on the clock, no timeouts, lengthen the field, score, and go for 2. We get it, and we get an L. So it's probably the way the guys fought. We just made too many critical errors there to where it shouldn't have come down there at the end. Look, credit to them. They played hard. You know, we knew they would. They'd give us their best shot, and they played well at home. They did again. And we'll see them in a couple of weeks. Be good.
Yeah, what was the explanation you got on the 2-point?
70 reported.
Yeah. Did Decker report as well?
Yeah, the explanation was 70 reported.
Did Decker report?
Yes.
And do they need to announce that if both players report?
2 people can't report. I don't want to talk about it. All right. I explain everything pregame to a T. Okay, I did that. 70 reported, 58 didn't, or 68 didn't. We threw it to 68. That was the explanation.
Okay. Can you just explain the mentality to go for 2 there at the end? Obviously, you wanted to keep the game in your hand and try to win it.
I told the offense that we were going down, 1:41 left. We're going to go down and score, and then we're going to go for 2 and finish this game out. I told them that, and so that's what we were doing.
And being backed up, that didn't change anything when you get backed up to the
Backed
7
up where?
To the 7 instead of the 2 from the 2-point play. Did you think at all?
We were going for the win.
What was your conversations with the officials there? You were trying to say something.
When?
After the first 2-point play.
Pretty confused. What I do know, and I don't know if I'll get fined for this, but I do know that Decker reported. I do know that Dan Skipper did not. And I do know that they said that Dan Skipper did. So it's unfortunate.
Can you explain, I think people maybe don't realize this, I don't know if you're part of these conversations or not, but you explain the trick plays that may come up to officials before the game. Can you just explain what goes on or that?
That's you ask Dan about that. I've got no idea.
We can see on the video, it looks like you're telling Decker to go over
Yep.
the report. Is that what you were doing on that,
Mhm.
that clip? Yeah.
Yep. And he did.
Tell me anything after the play. I mean, all I really want to say on it, just so I don't get myself into trouble, is, I mean, I did exactly what Coach told me to do, and went to the ref, said report, and yeah, I don't know. And it was my understanding too that Dan brings up the possibility of those sorts of plays pregame. So I did what I was told to do. Did how we did it in practice all week, and probably all I'm really going to touch on with that.
It looked like Jared did tell you to go over there, and you were all over there.
Just, yeah, I mean, there's not much more I can add to it. I mean, you'll see the video of it.
Okay, so that was the reaction from the Detroit Lions, and I think they have a right to be livid. It was clear that Taylor Decker reported to the referee that he was eligible, so to lose the game in this fashion is pretty brutal, to be honest. According to post-game reports, the referee had thought number 70 Penei Sewell had reported and not Taylor Decker. Here's a transcript between referee Brad Allen and Calvin Watkins after the game. So Watkins asked, why was there a penalty called on that 2-point conversion for an illegal touch? To which Allen responded, so we had a situation, if you're going to be an ineligible number, occupy an eligible position, you have to report that to the referee. On this particular play, number 70, who had reported during the game a couple of times, reported to me as eligible. Then he lined up at the tackle position, so he actually didn't have to report at all. Number 68, who ended up going downfield and touching the pass, did not report. Therefore, he's an ineligible touching a pass that goes beyond the line, which makes it a foul. So the issue is number 70 did report, number 68 did not. Watkins then challenged the ref and asked, there was a player that went to you before the play, it was Decker, and he was talking to you, 2 linemen talking to you, and then you went to the Cowboys defensive line to speak with them. What was that conversation about? And Brad Allen replied, that conversation is where number 70 reports to me, and then I go to the defensive team and I say to them, number 70 has reported as an eligible receiver. So they will be aware who has reported, and I return to my position. That was a conversation with the defensive line. Honestly, I don't know what to think. There's literally video evidence showing otherwise, and I think the referee clearly fumbled this one and may have gotten the 2 players mixed up, or he's just a fucking terrible liar. There is so much at stake in these games, division crowns, playoff implications, and for all the bullshit calls the referees have made in recent weeks, I don't blame NFL conspiracy theorists if they think these games may be rigged. And I'm not saying they are, but these are a lot of coincidences, and funny enough, this one favors America's team, the Dallas Cowboys. On top of that, the lack of accountability from these referees is what pisses me off the most. With the introduction of legalized sports betting, I wonder how many people got effed over on their bets or parlays tonight. Just a terrible look, and the league seriously needs to look into this. Anyways, what do you guys think about the ending to this game?
Hazel and I just finished watching the Cowboy game. I'm wiped out. She's wiped out because she knew I was wiped out. I hold up my arms, but I tell you, they're pitted out. I'm sweating. I thought Detroit would win this game. I didn't think we were ready for Detroit, and Detroit should have won this game. There's so much to love about what happened. There's so much not to love about what happened, but we won. And you saw the firepower on both sides of the ball. The defense played well enough that's a Super Bowl defense. My takeaway is we're right where we need to be. Bring on San Francisco. I'm ready.